Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Destiny, and if you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much for tuning into another video of mine. So today I just had the idea of wanting to play in some orange and brown tones because again, I'm just feeling the fall vibes, and that's something else I wanted to recreate for you guys today. So if you guys want to see how I created this simple yet soft glam vibe with the orange and brown tones, definitely stay tuned and keep watching. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do another fall inspired makeup look situation. So yeah, I just wanted to like kind of plan my makeup again, do like something fall inspired. I want to kind of like play with some orange and brown tones today. So yeah, let's just jump into this video and see where it takes us. So I actually have 3 palettes that I'm probably going to bounce around between. So I do know, I feel like I bought this pretty recently, not like recent as in like I got this a month or 2 ago, but like I feel like it's recent enough it should still be in stores. So I have my Morphe 35U Gilded Desert palette, and this palette alone, just based off of what you see right here, is the vibe that I'm going for. So just to show you the colors that are in here, these are the colors that we have going on. So these are the colors that we have going on, and I'm probably gonna stay more around this area. I'm probably gonna stay around more of this area of the palette, maybe dip into that color a little bit, but we will see. I also have my Natasha Denona palette again today. And again, to try and not blind you guys, there we go. So this is my Natasha Denona palette, and these are pretty much the colors that we have going on. And again, it gives fall. It gives, you know, that time of year. But then I also do have like a regular Morphe palette, and this is the 15D Day Slayer. Now this palette in particular, I don't think they have it anymore. Because I think I used this palette before here on my channel, and I tried to find the exact palette, but I will also double check because maybe they do have times where they kind of like bring a palette in and take it away and bring it back. I don't know, but this one is pretty more, again, around your fall colors. So again, I have 3 palettes that I can choose from, and 2 of them are by Morphe, and then the one I have by Natasha Denona. So I'm going to go in with 2 different primers today. I have my e.l.f. primer, which is a grip-in primer, and then I also have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Set It Up primer, and this primer is for reducing pores, minimize your shine, and give you that airbrush look. So first I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. primer, let that sit, and then I'm going to come back later to add the ColourPop primer. So I know in my last video I told you guys that with my e.l.f. primer, I didn't right away get that like gripping effect, but take back what I said. Don't even listen to me, because I definitely felt it just now when I used it. Maybe it has something to do with like my updated skin, so that's why I'm feeling it a little bit more now, but I definitely felt it immediately upon applying this primer. So next up, I am going to be taking my Urban Decay Slick Day Brow Gel. I really love this eyebrow gel a lot. Like, if you really want that laminated look, like if you don't want to add, like if you have beautiful brows already and you don't have to add like any product onto your brows like I do, I feel like you will really love this because it literally gives you that laminated look without the lamination kit. Now, I have not tried the lamination kit before because I personally feel like my brows don't really have anything going on for me to laminate. But if I want to get like that lamination look for a few hours, this Urban Decay brow gel is the way to go. So I know sometimes my brow kind of gives off that it's doing something completely different, but with my right brow, it automatically just lays how I need it to go. But then my left brow, I kind of have to move my hairs in different directions because the fullness of my right brow is not as full like the one on the left side. So I kind of have to like give the illusion that it has a lot of hair going on. So that's why if you ever notice my brows look slightly different, that's why. So while my brows are drying, I'm going to start prepping the eyes so that we can do eyes first. So I feel like because I concentrate so much on my eyes when I am, you know, blending and stuff like that, my face tend to kind of like react, and so I prefer to just do my eyes first and then do my face. That way everything just stays smooth and straight and no reaction while I am doing my base. So as you guys can tell, I have been loving using my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Caramel. So I am going to apply that to my eyelids, let it sit for just a minute, and then I am going to blend it out, and then we'll get started on the eyeshadow. Okay, so now that we have the eyes prepped and ready to go, I am going to go in the Morphe Day Slayer palette first because this one has a little bit more of some deeper brown tones that I can use for my crease. So I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush and I am going to use the shade Epic first. This one is the lighter of the other two brown shades. So I'm just going to start off pretty lightly first, and then I'm going to go into a darker brown. So it's always easier to start off with a lighter brown shade first before going in the deep end with a dark one first, because you never know how the color payoff might be. So you might can build up that lighter brown shade versus the darker brown shade. And I'd rather be able to build up off of the lighter brown shade first. And then if I want to deepen it, because I feel like I'm not getting the payoff I want, I can go in with a deeper brown shade. So I do know that I want my crease to be a little bit darker, but I'm going to go ahead and transition to the orange shades. So I am going to take a more lighter shade of orange first, and then I'm going to go on top of that with another shade. So first I'm going to go in the Morphe palette right here, which is the Gilded Desert palette 35U. I'm going to take the shade Dune Buggy, and it's more of like a brownish orange tone, but I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. But also too, I'm gonna leave a little bit of some space in the inner corners of my eyes because I'm gonna add like a glittery shade. And so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not going all the way up in my crease. I do kind of like open my eye just a little bit so I'll know like how far up I want to go. So that's what this first shade looks like. So now I'm going to go in the 15D Day Slayer palette, and I am going to take that shade in the crease, which is this orange shade right here. I'm going to go in with that, and I am going to apply that over top the other orange shade that we went in with first. So I'm not trying to go for a bold orange look. I'm wanting it to be very soft and warm, like giving again that fall vibe. So before I add any more shadow to my inner corners, which is going to be like my sparkly shade, my glittery shade, I am going to go back in the 15D Slayer palette, and I am going to take the shade Desert and deepen up my crease. Also, more so just focusing on the outer corner and then taking it a little bit into the crease, but not going all the way across. So I do want to go in with my By Mario palette, and I am going to take the brown shade out of this palette and go in my crease a little bit more, because it's kind of not giving me the warmth that I want. So I know this brown will give me exactly what I want. So I'm going to go in my By Mario palette. This is the original palette, so I'm just going to take one of the brown shades to put into my crease. So I am going to go back in that palette and add a little bit more of that orange shade, and then we're going to add a glitter shade to the inner corner. So going back into my Day Slayer palette, I am going to take the shade Glow and add that to the inner corners of my eyes. So I'm also going to add a black wing liner. I'm going to do that off camera and then I will come back. So next up, I am going to go in with my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in the shade Carbon Black. So I'm going to let the mascara kind of sit for a bit while I add my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Set It Up primer. I'm going to apply this primer, add some more mascara, and then we'll get started on the base of the makeup. Next up, I am going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara in the shade Carbon Black as well. So next, I am going to take my By Mario Soft Sculpting Stick in the shade Dark for my contour. So I do have an orange blush that I want to use, but I don't have a orange liquid blush. So I'm going to go in with my favorite Destanenco's Yummy Skin blush in the shade Rose and Brunch. And I'm going to try something and see if it will work. So let's just do it. Let's just experiment. I feel like that's what makeup is, just fun, experimenting. So let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes. So now that we have our blush down, we are going to go in with our NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in the shade Caramel. So while I allow that to sit, I'm going to go in and kind of like do my brows up just a little bit, and then we'll go back to blending out the concealer. Okay, so now we're going to blend out the concealer and set it with some One Size translucent setting powder. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Sephora Best Skin concealer in the shade 34.5. I'm literally just going to add like a dot. So I'm going to take my NYX Born to Glow foundation and I'm just going to place it in the areas that I have not placed my contour, my blush, or my concealer. So now let's set the concealer underneath the eyes. So now we are going to go in and set the contour. And I am using my By Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector in the shade Medium Dark. Now we're going to take our Milani blush in the shade Dolce Pink and set our blush. So I'm also going to take this Juvia's Place blush palette and I am going to go in with a little bit of that orange shade. So I don't know if it really did anything per se, but I just wanted to try it. So this is what we got. Nothing really special about it. So we're going to dust off the rest of the powder underneath my eyes. And then I'm also going to take some of the NYX powder and just kind of clean up the rest of where I placed the foundation at. And then we're going to move on to our final steps, which are setting my face, doing my lips, and then the look will be completed. So I'm going to switch it up today and use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Lock It In Set and Spray first. And so to lock everything in, I am going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Spray. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that brown shade to kind of warm up my eyes underneath. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of the blush as well and place it underneath my eyes. I'm just going to take that same brush I used for the brown. Again, don't know if it really did anything, but I just wanted to add it anyway. So for my lips, I am going to keep it very neutral and nude. So first I'm going to go in with my Fenty lip pencil in the shade I Wouldn't. Then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade Tulip Kiss. I'm also going to lighten it up just a little bit with my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I'm also going to take my MAC lip pencil in the shade Chestnut. And then I am going to top it off with my Morphe X Meredith Duxbury collab. And I think this is in the shade Groove. So I figured I would go back and add a little bit of glow to the nose, just for a little bit of a highlight. Okay, so you guys have reached the end of this video, and if you like the makeup look, definitely give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can subscribe to my channel, join the family, and be on the lookout for future videos. And check out some old videos if you haven't seen any of my other videos. Make sure you share this video with your family, with your friends, anybody you feel will benefit or like this video. Leave me some comments down below so I can interact with you guys. Let me know what you want to see next. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this fall inspired look. Again, I just wanted to play around in some orange and brown tones because this is more of my vibe as well. So again, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.